What if Will Smith never played In Pursuit of Happiness? What if Denzel Washington never played Alonzo in Training Day? What if Robert Downey Jr. never played Tony Stark's? Same movies, but completely different characters. Same movies, completely different impact. Because some roles only work when the person becomes what the role requires. Now let's bring that out of Hollywood and let's bring that into our everyday lives. Not the highlight reel, but the real real. The version of you when your morning starts with intention, but by 9 o'clock you feel like your day's been hijacked. When you're answering questions, solving problems, you're tending to everybody else's issues, so much so that somehow you become the last priority on your list of things to do today. You get through the day, you check things off, and by the end, you're sitting there thinking, what did I actually move forward? Because you spent the day responding, but not necessarily stepping into the areas that that role needed in order to progress. And that's the difference. Actors don't just show up to a role hoping that it works out. They study for it. They prepare for it. They build themselves into that role. There are parts when Tom Hanks carried Castaway. There were scenes where there was nobody to talk to, no distractions, no backup, and it still worked. You see, he didn't rely on the moment to carry him. He became somebody who could carry the moment. That's what made it believable. That's what made it stick. And life works the same way. That next lesson, that next goal, that next plan, they all already come with a role attached to them. And that role has requirements. It requires consistency when you get tired. It requires discipline when life gets loud, and it requires clarity when life gets chaotic. And here's where most people get it twisted. They wait until they're ready before they finally step into the role, instead of realizing the role is what created the readiness. You see, it's not about being fake or pretending to be somebody that you're not, because the reality of the matter is this is not a movie. This is not a highlight reel. Your life outside of this box is not social media. There's no script, there's no director, and in reality, there is no second take. This is your life. But your future, that version of you that's more structured, more aligned, more focused, that's the version that still needs to be developed. So when you choose discipline, when you choose intention, when you choose to move, even when it's not convenient, that's not acting, that's building. So what role does the next season of your life actually require from you? Not the version that's comfortable, but the one that truly will require you to stretch. Because if your habits don't match the role, you'll consistently walk in a path that doesn't match your identity. The reason why some people look like they fit into life so well is because they've learned how to maneuver the role that they're executing. They've learned to grow into the role that their life requires. They made adjustments, they built habits, and they became the person that could carry that load. Because the role you've been called to play is not something that you wait for. It's something that you step into. Food for thought.